Hello, my name is Jeff Rolka. I want to thank you for checking out my video. If you want your songs to sound better, there is a simple practice that you can do to make this happen. Simply put, sing your melodies without using consonants or using diphthongs and make the vowels match. So, why would you do that? We are doing this to evaluate the alignment of our vowels because vowels are what phonate. They carry your melody. Yes, the consonants and the diphthongs, they are necessary for the lyrics to be understood. But the vowels are the main driver of that melody. And if you've got one or several, or just a general misalignment of things, you won't get as good a performance from your vocal melodies, from your voice. For example, here's our melody. Quite obviously, the oo vowel was out of alignment here. It didn't match at all. I would have to go back, maybe do some vocal exercises to work on my oo vowel, come back to my melody and try it again. Or it might just be that I've got to practice it a little bit in the context of my melody. That was better. I read the news today, oh boy. There I've got it back into alignment, so my vocal melody is more easily understood. If I sang the lyrics with a misaligned oo vowel, I read the news today, oh boy, it almost drops out of the melody. I read the news today, oh boy. It really feels funny to sing it that way too. This is all about vowel alignment, and quite frankly, that's what most of the exercises on my channel are meant to help you achieve. Good performance between all 5 cardinal vowels. And then we move that on to the interstitial vowels, all the different changes that we make to vowels when we're singing them in our songs. But evaluating it in the songs is the important part. If you do that, then you can very quickly find out where the culprits are, work on them, practice them again, and get better sounding vocal melodies. Now, this can be particularly challenging if it happens at the beginning of a phrase. In this phrase, I, the root vowel here is ah, and you may have heard me sing it like that. I read the news today, ah, as opposed to I. If I sing too much into that diphthong, I read, that quickly disrupts the melody too. So you've got to balance out how much of that diphthong to use. I read the news today. I read the news. That becomes less melodic. And so we're going to lean towards more of the root vowel, the ah there, in order to get us into the melody line more smoothly. I read the news today, oh boy. All of these things we have to evaluate from melody to melody to melody. And initially, it can take a little bit of time to go through that. But you quickly get very good at it, and it quickly becomes a habit, and your vowel alignment begins to improve dramatically throughout your song singing, throughout your repertoire singing. Now, it's important to mention that vowel alignment remains consistent throughout the various registers of our voices. In other words, we want the sound quality and the performance of our vowel sounds to remain consistent as we move from register to register through our zona de passaggio into our head voices or cricothyroid dominant singing voices. But the composition of those vowels changes. So for example, here in my very comfortable chest voice, those vowels, they're not particularly airflow or subglottic, air pressure dominant, nor are they vocal fold dominant. They're kind of nicely balanced. It's generally easy. We might think of this as a neutral position. But as I move into my zona de passaggio, there is a necessity to increase the subglottic air pressure. This is commonly thought of as increasing the airflow. That in turn means that the vocal fold is going to elongate, and some of that engagement there gets released. The cricothyroid muscles elongate the vocal fold. Subglottic air pressure becomes more important. Vowel modifications become more important. But vowel alignment, the consistency of vowel remains the same. In other words, we want the vowels to perform the same. And as I move to exercises that go over my secondo passaggio, again, we want good vowel alignment. We want them to sound and perform the same, but the composition changes in order to facilitate that. We take that vowel alignment from the exercises, we strip away the consonants and the diphthongs in our vocal melodies, and we put those exercises into effect in the melodies of the songs. We find the vowels that don't match, we address them in our vocalizations, we come back to the melody, we get better. Overall vocal performance, we sound better. But more than that, we get to apply our own artistic disposition to the songs that we sing. So we begin to be able to make choices about the consonants and how we perform them. So let's just say, for the sake of argument here, that I wanted to really emphasize the idea of today in the vocal melody from A Day in the Life, the example song I've been using. But we wanted a sense of kind of backing away and easing into the halfway point in the verse. Well, I'm going to look at that B in boy. I'm going to soften that B a lot. I'm only going to blend a little bit of that, always looking to the vowels to facilitate this. So something like that might sound like this. I read the news today, oh boy. And really back away into the end of that phrase. But it is the vowels that facilitate this. If I was overly emphasizing the consonants as a habit, I wouldn't be able to do that as well. I read the news today, oh boy. Now, sure, that's a kind of gross example, but you get my point. We look to the vowels for our vocal melodies. We practice the vowels from our vocal melodies, and then we bring the consonants and the diphthongs back in to taste, to suit our artistic dispositions or the genres that we happen to be singing. As always, I hope this helps. My name is Jeff. If you've subscribed, thank you. And if you haven't yet, I hope I've earned your subscription with this video today. There are many ways that you can support this channel, not the least of which is Patreon, where you can get PDFs to work off of in the practice videos, or you can even get MP3s of these practices so that you can work offline should you desire to do so. Thank you very much for watching. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.